Hey everyone, we're here at Team 24 in Europe, and today we are joined by Xray. It's great to have you.
Hey, nice to be here.
Yeah, do you mind introducing yourself?
Yes, so my name is Ferrreira. I'm the product director at Xray. And Xray is actually a test management tool for Jira. And our main goal is, as everything related to development and your application life cycle development, you need to test everything, right? And the purpose of Xray in this regard is making sure that you understand everything and the status of all of your projects, how your app is doing in terms of quality, the goals, and how have an overview of everything that is happening, right? We have two app offerings right now. We have the standard version and we have the enterprise version. The enterprise version focuses more on the automations and making sure for bigger companies to have everything automated, right? It's just about having do less in terms of the users and having more done by the system.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you have a personal favorite feature in the enterprise version?
Right now, I really love Test Case Designer. It's a new feature that we launched with Enterprise, and it shifts a bit the way that you need to generate the tests. It's done automatically by a model where you just define the parameters, how many depth you want on the test, and the system will generate everything for the user. The best feature on top of that is that if you want to change something on the model, it will make the changes by you. You don't need to go into the test and make all these changes. The model will sync with Xray and make all the changes to your test plan.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
that's
it's
amazing.
amazing.
Would you mind showing us a little demo of how this works?
Absolutely. So right now, what we are seeing here is just our listing on the marketplace. But once you install Xray, you actually have just like a get started page. And if you jump into that page, a very useful feature is actually to have the demonstration project. Xray, of course, is a very complex tool and it can be very challenging to get it to work as soon as you install the app. So you can generate here just a quick sample project to then just go through the features. And jumping into some of the features I want to show you, and one of our main views is actually, let me just go back here to the project. You will see here the testing board. This is the main hub of all your tests that you have. You have the test repository with all the folders, and you can then quickly jump into a test plan or a test execution board where the actual testers will click the test, go through the steps, and say it's okay, it went as expected, we found some issues, and create on the fly defects. But the feature that I actually want to show you guys is actually the Test Case Designer. So Test Case Designer, it's cloud-based because it's using our computational power of the system to generate all, and again, we follow all the authentication permissions from Jira. I just need to select here which website I'm trying to give access to. So this is my personal one, and I accept. So we are now authenticated using Jira. And what we can see here is all the models that I have, personal models. And it's as easy as go here and I can open one model and you define all the parameters that you want to configure. So for example, in this situation is flying from, I'm flying to, what class I'm traveling, how many adults and how many children. So these are the parameters. We can generate all the rules, all the constraints. You can say, for example, if you are on coach, you can only bring like 1 or 2 children, right? If you then go into executive, you can have more children traveling with you. All of those constraints you can define here. And then the system will generate all the scenarios that you can have. So these are all the test cases that the system already created and think are the best to execute. So the system is also optimizing all the tests so that you don't need to run every single one of them. It's already telling you what is the best ones to execute, what is the key ones to execute. And actually, we can see that here on the analysis. We can see first the coverage matrix. So the green ones are the tests or the scenarios that the system selected to be executed, right? So if you then go here left or right, the system will automatically select more tests to be executed. So you see the system is starting to select every single one of them. If you go to the left, the system will start to say, you don't need to run this test because it will not add to your test success, right? It's just like, imagine you are testing colors. You don't need to test every single color. You just need to test like color red, color blue, and that's it, okay? And you can also see the coverage graph here. So it tells you how many tests you need to achieve this coverage. So in terms of coverages, you have an app, you have a model, and you can decide, I want to test 80% of all the options that I have. The system will tell you how many tests do you have to do to achieve that goal. Because again, we have time constraints, right? Sometimes we cannot test 100% of our model. The system will tell you what you need to do. And again, then you can share, you can review, you can share this with your teammates, trying to understand, are these scenarios okay? Have we skipped any scenario that we need to add to the system? Is there any feature on our app that we need to add? So you can share this with your team so that they can provide feedback. And of course, then you can just synchronize with Xray, and the system will just ask you what is the project that you want to sync, and then it will ask you what do you want to call, the name of the test, what are the manual or automated tests, and the system will sync on the fly with Xray. The best with this project or with this tool is that if you do any change, imagine version 1, but someone during the execution says, well, we need this extra step. That's fine. You just go here into the parameters, you add the extra parameter, and you resync everything to Xray. That's it. No need to go into the test plan and make changes for every single test. Quick and easy.
That's
amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much for going over this. And,
absolutely.
We'll definitely send a link so people can book a demo if they want to go further into depth, and appreciate you being here.
Exactly. Again, sample projects is very interesting because again, you will see an overview of everything that the product can do. And if you have any question, just call us.
Sounds great.
Perfect.
Enjoy the event.
Thank you so much. You too.
Thank you.
Take care.